Hello and welcome everyone to another AccessOS technical update session. Today we will talk about enrollment over secure transport, the industry standard for certificate enrollment to securely provision certificates to devices. Let's get started. My name is Benjamin and I'm with the AccessOS product management team. Today I will walk you through some of the challenges with certificate management and how EST can solve them, how Access has implemented EST, and then show you an example enrollment. Even though digital certificates are essential for securing devices, managing them can be challenging. Certificates eventually expire and must be renewed regularly. At the same time, each certificate may have different properties, such as expiration period, key length, and other configuration details as illustrated in this overview. While this shows an ideal setup with each service having its own certificate, in practice, multiple services often share the same certificate. In addition, each service typically has its own API for assigning certificates, further increasing complexity. Without automation, this becomes a repetitive manual task that can be time-consuming, especially when handling large deployments or mixed device environments. Device management tools can help by offering semi-automated workflows, but they still require effort and coordination from IT teams. While these tools reduce some manual steps, they don't fully eliminate the workload. Overall, certificate management requires time for both configuration and ongoing maintenance. Because these processes are often spread across multiple tools, IT teams commonly struggle with limited visibility and insufficient automation. These challenges highlight why organizations are interested in a more scalable and automated solution for certificate enrollment, such as the EST protocol. Enrollment over secure transport is a modern protocol used to securely provision certificates to devices. It follows the RFC 7030 standard, which allows to integrate easily with systems like HPE Aruba ClearPass, Cisco ISE, and Keyfactor AGBCA. EST automates the full certificate lifecycle, from enrollment to renewal and re-enrollment, all based on IT policies that define, for example, the certificate expiration period or the key type and size. This reduces manual work and helps ensure certificates stay up to date. Because EST uses HTTPS only, it provides a stronger security and is simpler to manage than older options such as SCAP. It also gives IT teams centralized visibility into certificate management across their environment. For these reasons, EST is widely used in IoT, enterprise networks, and device management scenarios where secure, scalable onboarding is essential. Let's take a look at the overall system architecture and how Access devices integrate with different certificate management workflows. Access devices support multiple methods for certificate enrollment and management, allowing them to fit into both physical security industry common applications such as a VMS or DMS and IT-managed environments. For security industry solutions, devices can integrate using the Access VAPIX Certificate Management API over HTTPS. This approach supports both automatic and semi-automatic certificate enrollment and allows the process to be scripted for large-scale deployments. That said, it requires the logic to be implemented outside of the Access device. Administrators can also access the certificate management interface directly through a web browser. This approach is typically used for one-time device configuration, troubleshooting, or testing scenarios where more manual control is preferred. Within enterprise IT environments, Access devices support the enrollment over secure transport protocol. This enables automatic certificate enrollment, integration with enterprise PKI, and aligns with IT-owned trust models for centralized security management. Together, these options provide flexibility for organizations with different operational needs, while ensuring secure communication through modern transport protocols such as TLS 1.2 and 1.3. Now let's compare the VAPIX API approach and EST in more detail. This slide highlights the key differences between the VAPIX API and the EST protocol. VAPIX requires client-side logic, which increases complexity and operational overhead. EST has this capability built in, helping reducing manual effort and simplifying deployments. Both use HTTPS with modern TLS encryption, so the transport security is comparable. However, authentication differs. VAPIX relies on username and password, while EST can use certificate-based authentication, providing stronger security. EST also integrates natively with enterprise public key infrastructure systems and supports NAC solutions such as Cisco ISE or HPE Aruba ClearPass, making it better suited for large-scale environments. Finally, while automation with VAPIX is possible and often requires additional tooling, EST is designed for fully automated certificate enrollments. Overall, EST offers a more scalable, secure, and efficient approach to certificate management. Here's a simplified look at how certificate enrollment works using EST when a device requests a certificate. The process begins with the access device sending an EST request to the EST server. This first connection establishes a secure encrypted channel which required the access device to trust the EST server's HTTPS certificate. The EST server provides the EST certificate signing chain. This is only done in case the certificate chain is not present yet on the device. Next, the EST server validates the device's authentication certificate. Once validated, the device generates a certificate signing request and sends it over to the EST server. The server passes that request on to the PKI, which issues the certificate based on the configured policy. The PKI returns the newly issued certificate and the EST server delivers it back to the device. Finally, the device assigns the issued certificate automatically to services such as HTTPS, 802.1x, MQTT, and others. Certificates have a limited validity time and must be renewed at some point. So let's look at the life cycle of an enrolled certificate and how the renewal process works. To illustrate this, we use a certificate with an expiration period of 1 year. During the first half of the certificate's expiration period, the device operates normally using the certificate for its services. Halfway through the certificate expiration time, the device automatically initiates a renewal request for the current certificate and reuses the original private key. If the renewal is successful, the certificate's time is extended without interrupting operation. If the first renewal fails, the device continues attempting to renew the certificate on a daily basis until it succeeds. This margin provides enough buffer time to help preventing expiration of the certificate and maintaining a secure, uninterrupted service. This section shows the EST profiles configured on the access device. You can create and manage up to 2 profiles. Each profile is used to enroll a certificate from an EST server. Having 2 profiles allows you to configure different certificate settings, such as validity period, key type, or key length. This can be useful if your organization requires different certificates for different purposes. For example, separating short-lived and long-lived certificates, or using different cryptographic strengths based on security policies. Now let's have a closer look at the EST profile configuration. The EST server URL must point to the server's well-known EST endpoint. You can find this information in your EST server configuration. You may modify the common name or subject alternative name values as needed. These are optional settings and the EST server may override them. You can select which services should automatically use the certificate enrolled via EST. This step is optional. Certificates can also be assigned to services manually later. Choose the client certificate to use for the initial authentication with the EST server. This certificate needs to be trusted in your EST server configuration. After enrollment, the newly issued certificate will automatically be used for future renewals. Select the CA certificates from the EST server's HTTPS endpoint so the access device can trust the configured EST server. Let's perform a certificate enrollment via EST using the web UI. Of course, it is also possible to configure this and trigger enrollment using our VAPIX API. Currently, the 802.1x configuration is using our Access Device ID certificate. To simplify the process, we have already uploaded the CA certificate from the HTTPS endpoint running on the EST server to the Access device. We have also configured the EST server to trust the Access Device ID certificate for new certificate requests. Now we configure the profile, starting with the EST server URL. In this example, we select the 802.1x service to be assigned with the enrolled certificate, and we choose the Access Device ID as the client certificate, and select the CA from the EST HTTPS endpoint. After the enrollment, we can see that the 802.1x service is now using the newly enrolled certificate. From this point on, EST will automatically handle the renewal of this enrolled certificate. And that was it for today's topic. I hope you enjoyed this session about EST. Thanks a lot for joining in, and keep an eye on more videos being published in our Access OS playlist on YouTube.